I am in the Woodlands, Texas. Some of you may be out in California and you are early risers. It is 9 a.m. here in Texas. It's 7 o'clock out in California. So I applaud anybody out in California who's up and ready to go. You are in my family room, and which is a great place for this demonstration, because the idea is that this is in-home resistant band training. We're also going to be using some light hand weights as well. If you happen to have joined my webinar a few weeks ago, I was using total body resistance, and maybe even I used some like water bottles, things that we had available to us during quarantine. Now is a perfect time to start to be able to get out to the stores. I was checking out Target and Walmart as I was preparing for this to see if bands were available. Resistant training is any force that resists your movement. Resistance can be in the form of your own body weight. It could be at a gym using dumbbells, barbells, machine weights at the gym, and for today's purposes, it could be resistant bands. Now, I have a wide variety of bands. You may have some bands at home, and whatever bands that you have, if you want to follow along with me, you are welcome to kind of play with your bands while I'm doing the movements. Otherwise, you can just watch and then experiment later. But I brought a wide variety of bands today to show you that whatever band you have is not wrong, or to show you also that there are other varieties out there. And like I said, they are available, coming back on the shelves at Target, Walmart. If you're not comfortable going into those stores, you can still get curbside shopping. You can also order anything online. I know here we have, well, obviously everybody has Amazon, but we have like Dick's Sporting Goods and Academy here in the Woodlands. I don't know what kind of sporting stores you guys have out in California, but I have some small hand weights. These are 5 pounds. You can buy these easily at the stores or order these. They come 1, 2, 3, 5 pound or up. I'm going to use these 5 pounders. Anything that I do, you can also double up, and that would make 10 pounds. I am, for the most part, going to be using this particular resistant band. Already has a built-in handle in it, and it's super stretchy, so it's great for today's purposes for demonstration. You at home may have a variety. You might have these flat bands. Usually these come in sets of, I think, 5. This one is long, and as you can see, there's some other ones here. These are shorter, and they're also lighter weight. So the resistance on these is not going to be as much as like the resistance on this one. I don't know if you can kind of tell where I'm kind of pulling. You can see how stretchy, much more stretchy this one is. You may also have some round, flat bands. I'll demonstrate these later. These are also great, like to put around your legs. If you don't have a round band, you can simply take your flat bands and tie knots in them, and those work as well. These come in a set, and these are colored, and they're weighted. So some would go, it would go from light, medium, heavy to extra heavy. Now these are my husband's, so these are actually really pretty heavy. You can tell by the colors, but you can also kind of tell, like this one's the heaviest, and it's going to be super resistant. Now these come with hooks that can be, actually I'll show those in a second, that can be hooked onto a handle so that you can change your resistance depending on the exercise that you're doing. And this also comes with like a door stop so that you can put it in a door. Actually, I'm going to walk over there right now. I have this in the door. So you can see this door is actually really sturdy. This one goes out to my garage, so it's a really heavy duty door compared to like your bedroom door, which is going to be thinner. So this one is really sturdy and I feel safe. So that ball is on the other side of that, and as you can see, it's not going anywhere. So I'm not going to mess with my husband's setup, but you can see he doubled this up, and he has a hook and a handle here. Now this is a little too hard for me. This is too much resistance for me, but this kind of gives you an idea that I'm secure enough that I could actually lean back on this one. Now, for other setups using the flat, like this one's very long, anything that is stable, you could go outside. You could wrap this around a pole outside. I'm going to show you here in my kitchen. This would wrap around this pole. I can hold it. Now, I'm not as secure with this as I was with the door. This, I wouldn't trust like leaning back, but I can still do a row. And I can still get a workout with this. So the great thing about bands is they're portable, they're inexpensive, you can take them anywhere. You can work out in your house, you can work out in your yard, you can go to the park, you can actually take these to the gym with you, you can throw them in your car, you can throw them in a suitcase so that when you're on the road, you also can have something in a hotel room so that you can stay physically active while you're traveling. All right, so now that I've talked about all the different types of resistant bands, I'm going to do some quick little demonstrations. Now, for this webinar, just so you know, I'm not actually doing a workout per se. I'm just showing you different things so that you can play with these yourself. Like I said, they're kind of intimidating. You go, I don't even know what to do with this. So the great thing is you can do just about anything with this. And they're flexible enough that you can, anything that you can do with a dumbbell or a weight, you can do with the resistant band. So I just want to give you the confidence that you can do multiple workouts with this, multiple body workouts, from literally your shoulders down to your feet. And with that in mind, anytime you do a workout, you can do strength workouts every day. Just don't work on the same body parts every day. So for example, if you do your upper body one day, you may want to switch and do legs the next day. All right, so I'm going to start in a seated position. This is my kitchen chair. It's nice and sturdy. I feel very secure in this. Nice, sturdy 4 legs, and it's a solid chair. So I feel very comfortable in this chair that I'm not going to fall or the chair's not going to break. So we're going to start off with just a simple bicep. Now, the difference between a dumbbell and a resistant band is at some point with this free weight, the resistance or the force, the gravity is going to end. So while I'm coming up, it kind of ends, and then I don't have any resistance more up here at the top, as you can see. So I can still get some great workouts here. I can still do some great biceps. I might want to concentrate a little bit more and stop it before I lose that sense of gravity. The difference, now I'm going to use my resistant band. I'm going to place my feet, the middle of my feet, and I'm going to position my knees in line with my hips. I have my palms facing out towards you, and I'm going to pull up. Now, as I keep coming up, the resistance does not end. And in fact, if it gets a little easy, I can do a little pump, 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 pump. And the resistance is going to continue. So that's the great thing about a resistant band. So this is mine with the handle. if you have a flat band, works exactly the same way. You're gonna put it in the middle of your feet, spread your feet out a little bit, shoulder width. I'm gonna hold on to it, same thing, same principle, and I'm gonna pull up. Pull the bicep up. And I can do a little pump, pump, pump. Now for beginners, you may wanna just do one set, try to get up to 10 to 12 repetitions. As you get a little stronger, you can increase the resistance by either changing your band or by shortening up. So that's going to make it a little bit more resistant versus this. So that's how you can kind of vary your workout. All right, we can do that same bicep while we're standing. So I'm gonna stand up. Anytime that you're doing anything standing, you always wanna think about putting that band balanced in the middle of your feet, and you want your feet and your hips and your shoulders all in alignment. You always want to keep those hips square, pointing straight ahead, your chest open, chin up, so that you can breathe, your abs tight, your butt tucked in, and again, palms forward, and you're going to pull up. Nice resistance, pull up. And again, you can do this with any of these, the dumbbells, the other ones, the other resistant bands. Now, you can also take this and just use one foot in a lunge position, and you can pull it up this way as well. Now, while we're here, there is a multitude of exercises you can do, either in a one lunge position, or so you could go out like a fly. I have my palms facing down. I can take it forward for my shoulders. I can try to, well, this one's not very long. Let me use this one. This one's a little longer. I think this will actually press up, kind of, maybe with one foot. Again, it depends on how long, so I can stretch it up that way as well. So there's a lot of things that you can do with this, like when you're standing or sitting. So that was basically your bicep. You could get some of your shoulders. Now we're gonna do some tricep. Again, while we're standing, you can take that palm, your knuckles facing to the front. I'm using one foot and I'm slightly leaning forward. However, my chest is still open so I can breathe, my chin up, and I'm going to pump up this way to the back. Now, if 2 arms is too much resistance for you, even with the bicep, any exercise, you can always just use one arm. So you can do it with one arm if that makes it a little bit easier. And again, if you want a little bit more of that resistance, pump, 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 pump. Or you can do 2 hands, and that's way more resistance. So you get to determine the resistance just by simply making slight changes, slight adjustments to the way you stand or the way you double up your band. So it's all up to you. You can make it as easy as you, and then you can progress forward. Now, you can also do these standing with the chair. Some people are a little uncomfortable just doing completely standing exercises because of balance issues. So if you have balance issues, you can always use the chair to steady yourself, or you can just use the chair to do the exercise itself. For a tricep on your with your free weight, you can use one knee down, put your hand here, you row it up, and then you push it out. And then you're concentrating just on that tricep muscle. You could also do this actually seating. You can take the free weight and you can go straight up, and then you're going to drop your elbows, if you can see that, and then you're going to take the free weight straight up. And you're working just that tricep. Now, the way to do this with a resistant band is you're actually going to sit on it. Now again, whoops, I was using my feet. This one, yeah, I think this one's. Again, this, you have to make sure that it's long enough. But same concept, dropping that elbow, the elbows back, and lifting that tricep up. So same concept, same exercise, just using the various tools that you have at home. You can also, while you're seated, you can take the band, again, put your heels out, the band, again, in the middle of your feet, and you can do a row. And that's going to work your chest. And it's also going to work your the back. So you can really feel it, the pull. I'm going to turn to the side. I'll use this one. This one, you're going to take your shoulder blades, and it's almost as if you're pushing them together. So you want to resist, and you can do the little pump, pump, pump. So those are some super quick exercises I've showed you. A lot of variety. Now I want to show you some things you can do by wrapping around your legs so you can work out your hips. You can also do some squats. So, like I said, these bands have been tied together. This one's a little lighter resistance. This one's a little thicker. You can see. This one came this way, but this one's a little small, so it's a little awkward for me to put on. So I'm going to use this one for demonstration purposes, so I don't trip myself up. Now, I can put it up right above my knees. Again, I'm going to make sure that my body's in great alignment, hips square. I can put my hands on my hips. I can also use, actually I'll do this, so you can see this. I'm going to use the chair for balance, and I can pump it out, and I'm concentrating right here on this hip. Now, if you're comfortable, you could actually do like a walking squat. So you're taking a step out and you're squatting down and then up. You could also add some weight to that and do some bicep curls while you're doing that. Squat, squat, and then making sure you always do the equal on the other side. Now you can move the band anywhere you want. You can move it down. This is a little less. I got way more flexibility. I can move my leg further. I can also move it even down. Down here, and I can pump. That doesn't give me much flexibility. I can pump it there, or I can do squats. So those are some super quick. I know I just gave you a lot in a short period of time, and it is 9:23.